Speaking is paramount when you want to learn a language. And a good way to feel compelled to speak, even when you are alone, is to use an audio course. I recommend 2 audio courses based on spaced interval repetition. This is a buzzword nowadays. It means that you are exposed to some information, a new word in our case, now, then after 30 seconds, 1 minute, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, then tomorrow, after a week. These intervals are designed in a way that makes it easier to memorize words. This method is proven and it works. It's nothing new. It was invented by a linguist called Pimsleur decades ago. And in fact, the first audio course is Pimsleur's audio course. It is relatively expensive for a pre-recorded course, but compared with a live lesson, it's okay. Each lesson to be taken daily, 1 lesson a day. Pimsleur comes in long courses. Usually you find at least 90 days, 90 lessons, 1 each day. Each lesson lasts about 25 minutes. There's a native speaker who shows you how to say things, an English speaker who gives you some very short guidance, and you'll be prompted to repeat after the native speaker.
Niente. E non vogliamo fare niente.
E non vogliamo fare niente.
And you?
E
Meaning
tu?
both of you.
E voi?
E voi?
E voi?
E voi?
E voi?
Here is how to ask, did you buy something? Meaning both of you.
Ascolti e ripeta. Avete comprato qualcosa?
Avete comprato qualcosa?
Avete comprato.
Avete comprato?
Avete comprato.
Avete comprato?
Avete comprato qualcosa?
Avete comprato qualcosa?
Yes, we have bought lots of things.
This way, you'll be actually speaking that language almost half an hour every day. Pimsleur offers a very limited vocabulary. It's very repetitive. Its aim is to become acquainted with basic grammar patterns, sentence structures, and only after that expand your vocabulary. Some people find it boring because it's very repetitive, but it works. So if it works, you should like it. Vocabulary comes with time. Words work like post-its. You stick them to each other. It becomes natural to expand that vocabulary. Don't rush to learn vocabulary in the beginning. The second audio course is based on the same principle of spaced interval repetition, but with different characteristics. It's called Glossica. It's cheaper. It comes with usually 90-day courses, 1 lesson a day. 1 lesson usually lasts less than half an hour, 20-something minutes. Glossica, unlike Pimsleur, Pimsleur is excellent for total beginners. From day 1, use Pimsleur. Glossica is good for beginners, but total beginners are often scared off by the fast speech rate. The native speaker speaks too fast. In my opinion, it's too fast, very fast. You should get used to listening to real native-like speed, but that's just too fast. And the amount of vocabulary is huge. You'll be exposed to many words. And people are scared if they cannot remember everything at once, which they're not supposed to do, but they take it in a bad way. So if you're brave enough and you want to start with Glossica from day 1, you can do it, but don't expect to memorize everything at once. That's not the purpose. I'll show you how to use Glossica in detail because it's a bit complicated. Each lesson is made up of 3 files, A, B, and C. in file A, you'll hear the English version of a sentence, then the Italian version, let's say, in this example, and again the Italian version. This is what you have to do.
The GMS. Look, there's my friend.
Guarda, c'è il mio amico.
My brother and I are good tennis players.
Mio fratello ed io siamo bravi a giocare a tennis.
Mio fratello ed io siamo bravi a giocare a tennis.
Mio fratello ed io siamo bravi a giocare a tennis.
Mio fratello ed io siamo bravi a giocare a tennis.
His mother's at home. He's at school.
Sua madre a casa, lui a scuola.
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 Her children.
So you listen to the English sentence, then the Italian sentence, you repeat it, and again, once more the Italian sentence. Then move on.
The GMS method.
File
Fluency
B.
1. English. I'm not hungry, but I'm thirsty.
Non ho fame, ma ho sete.
Non sono affamato, ma ho sete.
Non sono affamato, ma ho
He's a
sete.
very old man. He's 98 years old.
È un uomo molto anziano, 80
Lui è un
anni.
uomo molto vecchio, ha 98 anni.
È un uomo molto vecchio, ha 98 anni.
These chairs aren't beautiful.
You listen to the English sentence and then you try to recollect the Italian sentence that you heard in file A. Then you hear the Italian sentence and repeat it. Ideally, you should shadow it, which means that you repeat it while the native speaker is still saying that sentence. Anyway, now it feels, actually it is very fast. You can adjust playback speed. And then comes file C.
The GMS method.
Sua madre a casa, lui a scuola.
Sua madre a casa, lui a scuola.
I suoi figli
I
sono a
suoi
scuola.
figli sono a scuola.
Sono un tassista.
Sono un tassista.
Mia sorella è
Mia
un'infermiera.
sorella è un'infermiera. Here you only hear the Italian sentences and you need to shadow them. There's not enough space between them to repeat them after the native speaker. You have to shadow them, which means repeat them while the speaker is still speaking. You see, it's too fast,
Does it
even
rain
for a native speaker. That's why it's available in many languages. I use an app to adjust playback speed. I use 75%. A lower starts, even lower a bit, as long as it's not too weird, like like this is not useful. And in any case, you don't expect to understand everything or remember everything at once. It's totally normal if you need to go through a lesson again. I do that. Every few days I repeat the last few lessons. But it's still a good way to force yourself to speak almost half an hour every day. And that's very important, to speak. Both methods, especially Glossica, are based on the principle of comprehensible input. This is a fancy word in linguistics that means they show you how to say things. It's an input, so they show you, and you understand it. It's comprehensible. That's the fancy word. That's how we learn our native language. They showed us an apple and said, apple, apple. And eventually you realize that when you say apple, they give you an apple. And you learn that you need to say apple. This picture is taken from a series of video games I played that was even before the age of PC. It's called Monkey Island. In this scene, you have to fight against pirates. This is not a normal fight. It's an insult sword fight. You win or lose based on how you insult people and how you answer insults in a witty way. At the beginning, you're a rookie, you're a novice, You don't know the witty lines, and so they insult you and you are at a loss as what to say, and you lose. But during the following fight, you can use the lines that others used against you, and you can use them against new opponents. And so you build up your repertoire of insults, and eventually you manage to beat people. Likewise, you can build up a repertoire of words and sentence patterns. I'm not suggesting that you should memorize whole sentences. Like you listen to Glossica, don't expect to memorize the whole sentence. That's not even desirable. That's rote memorization. But you'll build up a repertoire of words and sentence patterns that will allow you to build totally new sentences that you never heard before. And so you can beat your conversation opponents.